What's going on, you guys? And thank you for tuning in for another episode of JBTrickleRC. Got a special and a cool episode for you today. This is finally the Iceberg 100 Paved Oval Breakout Truck race coming at you from the ERC, Easley RC Complex, located at the Hobby Connection in Easley, South Carolina. Big race. It was a winter race. We don't normally do this on the Paved Oval, but the Paved Oval crew guys are like, hey, we want a big race. We want to do something special we've never done before. So several guys got together and made this happen. We didn't run 17.5. We didn't run 7.5 breakout cars. This was strictly a NASCAR truck style race with the 8-second breakout race. So let me kick this video off by saying some huge thank yous and shout outs. Number one, I want to say a big thanks to the Hobby Connection and their crew as well. David and Jason and some of the guys in there helped put this race together, so we appreciate you guys. You sponsored some prizes. That was awesome. Huge shout out to John Norman at Speedway Motorsports. John Norman sponsored some prizes and did some giveaways during the race as well. And guys, if you're looking into getting into this, whether you're a good ways out or if you're local, look up John Norman on Facebook or Speedway Motorsports. He repurposes and sells pan cars ready to run for a very affordable price if you're wanting to start out and try it out and you want to save a little bit of money by going the used route instead of buying and building a brand new kit. So huge shout out and a thank you to you, John. Shout out to Nickelback, David Richardson, and his services as well. He sponsored some prizes, gift cards, bodies, some giveaways as well. And also a big thank you to Geo Rod from Geo Rod Racing. He actually sponsored the trophies for this event. He had trophies from all over as well. So a huge thank you to you as well, Geo. And if I missed anyone else, I do apologize. Those were some of the big names that I knew that were on the prize list and things of that nature. But if I missed anybody giving you a shout out, I apologize, but trust me, I appreciate you guys as well. So with that said, give you a recap of the race. I've said before, this channel is not about me, it's about us as an RC community, and you will see that more now than ever so before because there's hardly any footage of me or my truck in this video, and I'm fine with that. What we did is there was enough trucks there. I forgot the actual truck count. You'll see in the video because we take a photo or a video clip of all the trucks that were present for the race. And there was a total of 3 heats and 3 groups of heats and then 2 mains. There was an A, B, and a C main. My day went as follows. Had a really good first heat race going, was riding second place. And I got turned in a corner unintentionally. You know, I'm not set over it, it happens. So that threw me back a little bit. I had a fantastic second heat race. I believe I actually finished second or third in the second heat race. Had a really good run in that one. And then my third heat race, I ended up breaking out a couple times, so I finished towards the back. So between those 3 heat races, I knew I was sitting close and on the bubble, and sure enough, I started on the pole of the B main. I didn't film all the heat races. I didn't film all the B mains because this was a 100-lap race, or so we thought. Curveball coming at you here shortly as well. So qualified on the pole of the B main. I thought, hey, just ride it out, make your bump to the A, and I messed up. It's on me, fellas. I messed up. On the line, I decided, you know what, let's get a little bit of aggressive start. I'm on the pole, try to get out in some clean air and just ride the race out. And I spun out on the start. A mistake on my part, a risk that I was willing to take, and it didn't pay off for me. So because of that, I went from first to last, raced my way back up to third place in my B main heat, or in my B main race, but wasn't able to get to that top 2 transfer spots because whoever finished first and second from the B was your 9th and 10th place car in the A main. Wasn't able to get it done. That's the story of my race, but that's okay. I still had an absolute blast. It's always a fun hanging out with these Paved Oval racer crew out there. A bunch of good guys out there. People's going to help you left and right. We've been spending time helping a few different new racers and things of that nature. So that was my recap of what happened with me. But that's okay. I got plenty of good racing coming at you. Also, too, this particular video, a little different than what we've done before as far as the format. I wanted to give these guys something special. So I did some additional editing and special effects that I don't normally do in the videos, and maybe I'll try to implement these more into the future. I've had a couple comments, guys, saying we want less music and more action. This video, you're going to get a bit of both, okay? I cover some heat races. You'll get to see a very little bit of that. And then the main focus was the A main, because again, it was supposed to be a 100-lap race. Supposed to be. Jason threw a curveball, did a dice roll, and whatever the dice ended on would, depending on what the first number meant on the first dice, second number on that dice, it would be add-on laps. So this ended up being a 125-lap A main. So that was awesome to watch. So you get to see the entire A main. That was the focus. You get to see a little bit of heat racing and things of that nature. But back to what I was saying, this particular video, a little something different, a little something special. This is probably the most cinematic video I've done so far. And what I mean by that is, like I said earlier, some additional special effects, things of that nature, some music and all that. I wanted to give a special video for the special race, especially for you Paved Oval guys. So, before I let you go, just a couple more things. I did dedicate this video to someone very special that is very, very well missed in the RC racing community, especially Paved Oval racing in Easley, South Carolina. So make sure you stay tuned. You don't want to miss that little tribute at the very end of this video. With that said, guys, you know, I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get to it. right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and give you a little bit of a race call out because I know certain areas of the videos it's kind of hard to hear the announcing. So as you probably saw from the start, Bobby Fowler got a really good jump on the start and immediately basically shot out to the front of the field. That's him going around in that beautiful gold Miller car. But at that point, Wesley Evans was still holding on to a strong second. I also, too, want to elaborate that this is a breakout race, so in some cases, depending on your lap times, you don't even have to pass a car to gain or lose a position. If you break out, you lose a lap. If you're running a faster time than the guy in front of you, kind of like a heat race, you could actually be ahead of that particular position. But again, I'm going to try to call this race out the best that I can. I'm not going to talk through the whole thing, but I just want to be able to call out some of the lead changes as I can while we're actually watching this. So we still got Bobby Fowler in the lead. We got Wesley Evans second, and that's Ron Kelly currently sitting in third. As they're coming around the track again here, that's Ron Kelly in that beautiful Purelator paint scheme on that car, or truck, I should say. That's Nickelback going to the inside of Ron Kelly there to take over and seal third position. Again, Nickelback is driving that beautiful blue #1 truck. So we still currently got Bobby Fowler, Wesley Evans, David Richardson Nickelback, and Ron Kelly. Looks like Ron Kelly's starting to get a little bit of a run on Nickelback there, and Ron's going to see if he can make something happen. It also looks like Nickelback and Ron are both starting to kind of reel Wesley and Bobby in. Wesley's looking to make a move on Bobby. He's closing that door. With each lap, you can see him just getting closer and closer. Those top 4 trucks, they are getting close, and there's about to be a race. They pretty much only have a couple truck lengths between each and every one of them now. Looks like Bobby's trying to stretch it out a little bit, try to get some of that clean air, try to relax some. But Bobby also knows at this point he's got 3 trucks coming and he's about to be in the middle of a race.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Bobby Fowler in first place, followed by Nickelback in second place, followed by Ryan Evans in third place, followed by Lewis Williams in fourth place, followed by Chris Story in fifth place.
Bobby with an 8.3, Nickelback with an 8.1, Ryan with an 8.2, Lewis with an 8.1, Chris with an 8.3, Truck with an 8.2, Mac with an 8.2, Donald with an 8.5, Wesley with an 8.1, Ron Kelly with an 8.1.
That race is starting to close in on him even more. Bobby's had a real good truck. He was real consistent. But it looks like there's Wesley going to the inside trying to make a move. He gets around Bobby. So coming around again, that's Nickelback on Bobby's tail now. Wesley's out front. Nickelback looking to the inside of Bobby, and he makes it clean and clear. So we got Wesley leading now. We got Nickelback in second, Bobby Fowler in third, and we got Ron Kelly trying to sneak around Bobby.
Mac Nash, you just broke out.
At this point, too, you're going to notice that Ryan Evans is starting to make his way up the field, and I believe that is Ryan riding around in fifth currently, right behind Ron Kelly. So we went from a 4-pack race, and now it's going to be a 5-pack race. So unfortunately, something happened here, and at somewhere in this point, maybe a little before, Wesley Evans actually broke out. So that put David Richardson to the lead, Bobby Fowler in second place, and Ryan Evans has actually already made his way up to third at this point.
Followed by Bobby Fowler in second place, followed by Ryan Evans in third place, followed by Lewis Williams in fourth place, followed by Chris Story in fifth place.
Nickelback with an 8.2, Bobby with an 8.2, Ryan with an 8.3, Lewis with an 8.3, Chris Story with an 8.2, Chuck with an 8.1. Mac with an 8-2, Donald with an 8-3, Wesley with an 8-1, Ron Kelly with a 8-3.
Get too long, Nickelback.
After 5 minutes 17 seconds, the top drivers are Nickelback in first place, followed by Bobby Fowler in second place, followed by Ryan Evans in third place, followed by Lewis Williams in fourth place, followed by Chris Story in fifth place.
Had a nice pass in turn 2.
Alright. Good job, Fowler.
Nickelback with an 8-2, Ryan with an 8-3, Bobby with an 8-4, Lewis with an 8-2, Chris with an 8-3, Chuck with an 8-2, Donald with an 8-3, Wesley with an 8-1, Ron Kelly with an 8-2, Mac with an 8-3. Fastest lap is still held by Wesley Evans.
After 6 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Nickelback in first place, followed by Ryan Evans in second place, followed by Bobby Fowler in third place, followed by Lewis Williams in fourth place, followed by Chris Story in fifth place.
Nickelback with an 8-2, Ryan with an 8-2, Bobby with an 8-3, Lewis with an 8-2, Chris with an 8-3, Chuck with an 8-2, Wesley with an 8-1, Ronald with an 8-4.
And also, too, I want to give a shout-out and say, tough luck to Bobby Fowler. He had a fantastic truck. And I seen a post on Facebook on our Racers group page a few days after this race. And come to find out, he was wondering why he was losing some consistency with his motor in the truck. So he decided to take the motor apart and take a look at it. And there was a washer that was grinding against the rotor. And there was scarring on the rotor and scarring in the motor. And that will really hurt, your consistency. So real tough luck for Bobby. He had a fantastic truck. So at this point here, you can see that Ryan has worked his way up to third. And, again, that's still Wesley in front of Nickelback. But, again, I think at this point, and guys, I apologize if I'm wrong on any of this information. I'm calling this race on what I can hear. It's kind of muffled from this camera angle and from what I can remember from the actual race. But I do remember that Nickelback was leading as Ryan was starting to reel him in. And I think we're to that point now. I can't remember. So, Wesley, if you did not break out, I apologize. I'm just trying to call the race since it was so muffled over here in this particular camera angle. So we got Wesley coming around, Nickelback. There's Ryan. Ryan and Ron Kelly and Bobby, they're still in a real heck of a race right through there. They're putting on a good show. Look at that. I mean, they're crossing over, having some close calls. It's a wild race for third place right now, or second place. There goes Ron Kelly and Bobby Fowler with a little incident there. Don't know exactly what happened, but it happens in racing sometimes. Because you're flirting with disaster during the entire race. Like I said, I don't care, how close you are to 8 seconds. If you break out, and that lap does not count. So you can go from first to last in the matter, in just a very small fraction of a second. Okay, so at this point here, yes, I'm pretty confident this is where Nickelback's still leading, but Ryan is starting to reel him in. And just a fun fact, too, I was talking with Nickelback and Ryan and a bunch of these guys after the race, and Nickelback said something to the line of that he didn't recall that his speed had dropped off that much, and he didn't hear the lap time call-outs. And he knew Ryan was coming, but he was trying to play like a safe race. He was just going to hold his line, but he didn't know. I think Nickelback was running around 8.3s at this point. And you really want to be as close to the 8.0 as you can without breaking out. 8.1s would be safe at this point in the race, in my opinion. But I remember Nickelback saying something about he couldn't hear what the call-out was, but Ryan was coming. Nickelback was going to try to play a safe strategy, and that is to just maintain his lap times and hope that truck coming up on him was going to break out. However, that don't always go as planned. Okay, so at this point, Ryan actually made his pass for the lead. So Ryan did successfully get around Nickelback, and that is actually going to put Ryan in the lead for this race. And a huge shout out to Ryan. Ryan's been working hard out here. He improves with each and every week. Ryan and them, they were still racing out here as I come back to it. I'd been going dirt oval racing for several years. Hadn't ran paved oval in a long time. Come back out and start racing with these guys. And guys that I'm not even, shouting out in the front of the pack racing right now. Each and every one of you guys, great addition to the track, great group of guys. I enjoy seeing you guys and racing with you guys whenever I'm able to come out and race some paved oval with you. We got a great group. A lot of the originals are still out there. Some new originals coming out of the woodwork as well. Welcome back to Fletcher Burnett. He's just getting started and coming back out with us too, though he was not here for the iceberg race. But again, shout out to each and every one of you guys. Great group of people here. If you're watching this video thinking if you want to come out and check it out, start racing with us, come on out. It's going to be a blast. Great group of guys. You'll have fun, I guarantee it.
Chris with an 8.5, Chuck with an 8.3, Mac Nash with an 8.3.
That was tough luck on Wesley's part because, again, I believe Wesley did break out, and he went from whenever he's raced his way back up to the front, he just ran a lap a little bit faster than he needed to because, as far as I know, like I said, Nickelback never actually passed him. I believe he broke out. Wesley broke out one time, I believe is what it was. So we got Ryan now. Ryan, I don't know what your have no idea what your strategy was, Ryan, but it paid off, buddy. You got to the front, you charged to the front, you raced for that position, and you was able to do it and not break out here. So mad props to you. And again, guys, I cannot express enough how hard that is to do. A lot of people think breakout racing is not competitive or breakout racing is not this or not that. Come out and try it. I'll give you my truck. You can race my truck. Give it a try. It's a lot harder than you think it is. And a lot of people mistake a breakout race with a rookie class or something like that, and that's not what it is. While this 8.0 breakout truck is the current entry-level starting point for paved oval action out here at ERC, it is no less competitive than any other class that they race out there. Fantastic racers, always close racing. Just because it's breakout doesn't mean anything less. These boys race, and they race hard. So at this point in the race, too, it looks like we still got Ryan Evans going around there and Nickelback. He's trying to get back to him, trying to make something happen, but I think Nickelback started flirting with Disaster, too. He don't want to add too many clicks, turn up the exponential. And if you hear me talk about that during breakout racing, what we do is whenever we get a gear combo that we like on these trucks, you actually go in, not the exponential, the endpoints. You actually go into the throttle endpoints, you turn your speed down. Now, as the race goes on, depending on how big your battery is, you may have to turn the speed up, but you're going to flirt with Disaster. Some guys will maintain a certain level of speed, a faster speed, and run a high line and change their line as the race goes on. Other guys will go in and turn up their endpoints on the radio. No matter what your strategy is, you have to do so, and you have to do so cautiously. So at this point, too, it's looking like Nickelback started falling back a little bit again. He had a run on Ryan there for a little bit, but then he started falling back. I don't know if he was playing it safe at this point or what. The fun thing about this, especially a race this long, boy, it will trick you. It will it'll make you think you may need to turn it up or whatever. You'll start digging, and the next thing you know, you break out. So depending on the space you got on the next car or the next truck around you, you really need to focus, and you need to play on that speed a little bit and try to make a good call. It takes a lot of strategy to race like this. we had some real good racing going on too. You know, we were going up to about 5 trucks at one point, you know, going to be racing for the lead there for a little while. And while it did get spaced up a little bit, there's still some other races going on around the track here too. I do know that there were some other guys that broke out during the race, but you can see Chris Story and Ron Kelly racing going around the track there. Then we still got a pack of 4 up there. Some of those guys have already broke out. Some of them are still racing for position. So at this point in the race, too, I think Ryan's starting to feel like he's got a little bit of breathing room. He's got to be careful. You know, he's still got to keep on digging, but he's got a little bit of a breathing room now at this point. Nickelback kind of fell back off. And at some point, yeah, right there. Yeah, at some point in time, too, that's whenever Lewis Williams snuck in there as well. And I apologize for not calling that out any sooner. But, again, I'm trying to recap the race because, again, this particular camera angle that we're filming from, the announcer was a little muffled from this distance. Yep, because there we go. We got Ryan Evans, then Lewis Williams, David Richardson. And again, huge congrats to you too, Lewis. I mean, I know you're a fairly newcomer to this, and what a fantastic race. I need to talk to you some more. If I'm calling you a fairly newcomer wrongly, I do apologize. I hadn't seen you out there as much, so maybe you raced elsewhere at some point in time. I need to talk to you more about that. But what an awesome race, and congrats to you too, bud. So yeah, Ryan's riding nice and comfortable at this point. He's got some space on Nickelback. He's got Lewis behind him, but he's got a little bit of space on that too. So we currently got Ryan Evans, Lewis Williams, and Nickelback, a.k.a. David Richardson, or should I say David Richardson, a.k.a. Nickelback. But y'all know who I'm talking about. Ryan Evans, Lewis Williams, David Richardson, a.k.a. Nickelback. Props to all you guys, too. If I hadn't called you out by name in this race, again, mad props to all you guys for making the A-main. It was no easy feat to make the A-main. I would know as well. I didn't make it. I started on the pole in the B-main and spun it right on the start, and knew I was on the bubble. And so it was no easy feat to get in the A-main here. So congrats to all 10 of you guys. Well-deserved, good racing, smart racing. Again, can't say enough congrats. Happy for each and every single one of you. All right, and that's it. That's it, everybody. Congrats to Ryan Evans on picking up the win. Can't say it enough, buddy. Congratulations.
Over here and do bits there. Right. Raise them up, boys.
Am I holding the truck right?
Yep.
Good enough.
That's great. Perfect.
Man, oh man, check out that motley crew of racers we got right here. It's that time of the video to congrats all these guys that you see standing over here at the podium. And let's start off with Chuck McCoy in that number 46 Superflow truck. Chuck actually won the B main, so he got the first bump for the A main. So congrats to you, Chuck. You had a good truck all day as well. Always a pleasure racing with you. Then we got Wesley Evans. He's the one kneeling down in that number 5 blue truck. Wesley actually got the top qualifier position starting on the pole for the Iceberg 100. Wesley's been a real good racer, had a real super competitive truck as well, so huge congrats to you. Then sitting in third, we got David Richardson, a.k.a. Nickelback, and fellow teammate of mine from the Carolina Outlaw Racing Team. But Nickelback's sitting there holding that blue #1 truck, finishing third. He had a fantastic race as well and even led a pretty good portion of it. Then we got a fairly newcomer over there sitting in second in that white #51 truck, Lewis Williams. Huge congrats to you, buddy. You had a fantastic truck. You drove a good and smart race all day as well. Not to mention, I dig that #51 because, as you all know by now, JB runs #51 as well. Then we got a huge shout out that goes out to Ryan Evans. He's holding that beautiful #42 truck right there in the center because that, ladies and gentlemen, is your Iceberg 100 champion. I want to give an extra congrats to Ryan for not only winning the Iceberg 100, but I talked to him a little bit after the race, and I learned that this was Ryan's first truck class win at ERC. And let me tell you something, folks. Not only did Ryan pick up the big race win here to get his first win at the track as well, that's no easy feat. So good job. Congratulations to you, Ryan. And again, congratulations to each and every single one of you.
That's awesome.
Congrats, fellas. Good job.
Thanks, guys.
Guys, I appreciate it.